Sahara.
Welcome back to Sahara TV. My name is Rudolf Okonkwo. More than 2 weeks after their abduction, 234 schoolgirls of Chibok are still missing. On Thursday, another bomb went off at Nyenya near Abuja, killing 19 people. This happened just 2 weeks after another bomb blast killed over 75 people at the same place. Now, joining us to discuss this vexing issue of insecurity in Nigeria is Senator Ahmed Zanna. He is a senator representing Borno North in the Nigerian Senate. Senator Zanna, welcome to Sahara TV. Senator Zanna, welcome to Sahara TV. All right, I think our connection to the senator is not very good at this point. We are going to try to reconnect with him and give you this interview. He's actually been waiting for us for a while, so I think we got him now. Senator, welcome to Sahara TV.
Yeah, thank you, Okonkwo.
Okay, so let me start by asking you, what is the latest information on at your disposal on the missing schoolgirls?
Nothing so far, particularly today. But of yesterday and the day before yesterday, we were able to found out that some 4 girls were discovered in Monguno area and brought to Maiduguri. And then, according to them, they escaped when they were being taken into canoe. So the destination, I think they don't know. So I think this is the latest. But they escaped on their own.
Okay. Now, on Wednesday, 22 senators visited President Jonathan at night and to discuss the issue of these missing girls and insecurity in the country. And you were one of the senators that went. What was the discussion about and how did it go?
No, we were not two.
I said 22.
Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
And actually, we briefed him on what we discussed in the Senate. And then we were asked to repeat what we said, and we said it. And then also others contributed, particularly on the security situation in the nation. But for me and my colleague from Borno, we only dwelled on the missing girls. So we didn't talk much on what is happening in the state. So virtually we discussed, and then the security chiefs also gave their own responses, and then what they plan to do in the future, and that they are putting things right so that they will go in pursuit of the girls as soon as possible. Now, and then the president also directed them that they should go after the girls immediately.
Now, listening to the president, did you get the feeling that the government is in control of the situation?
I don't think they are in control of the situation. Because if they were in control of the situation, at least some girls might have been discovered by the security agencies. But so far, most of the girls that returned by themselves. And therefore, none was being discovered by the Nigerian security.
Now,
so therefore, I don't think they are in control.
Now, do you think that the security agents and they've actually gone into the forest, or are they still waiting for orders, or are they still planning what to do? Did they say that they're already there, or they are already making moves, or are they just planning what to do?
Yeah, they made some moves, but not deep into the forest.
Did they say why? Did they say why they couldn't go deep into the forest?
They said they are still planning. they are still planning. And also certain equipments are expected, so that when they receive those equipments, it is from there they will start full-scale operation.
Now,
And they promise that maybe within next 2-3 weeks, they will discover these girls and then bring them back to their parents.
now, there are people who are arguing now that the president has failed to secure the nation, which should be his #1 job. And also that the National Security Advisor, Sambo Dasuki, has failed in his job, that they should resign or somebody should resign. What is your take on that? Do you think we've got to the point where someone should be held accountable for what is going on?
Yes, of course, because the security situation in the country has gotten to a level that it baffles every person in Nigeria. Not those of us who are elected, not those who are in government, but even ordinary people are baffled of what is going on. And therefore, if there is nothing tangible coming out in the near future, I don't think it is good for them to remain in office.
Now, there was this news report that you informed the military that Boko Haram were moving the girls, but they failed to act. Who did you inform in the military?
I informed the military hierarchy. And even during our discussion, they really expressed their happiness that I gave them information, and they were able to locate some of the girls in one of their pursuit, maybe with their plane. But unfortunately, they said when they want to secure the girls, maybe the girls might lose their lives, and therefore they need to strategize before going after them.
So
and they really agreed that the informations I gave them were accurate.
So do you think that the military, that they're doing their best? And if not, what needs to change?
They need to change their strategy, particularly the way the military are operating only on the highways, rather than going into the bush in pursuit of the insurgents. So far, what I know, most of the areas or the villages around major cities are infested with Boko Haram. And it seems none of the security agencies go beyond 3, 4, 5 kilometers into the bush. And that is not enough. Some of the bushes can go up to 80 kilometers. And then, to my dismay, they are getting free movement for up to 300 kilometers within the local government, within the state, from Sambisa up to northern Borno.
So why is it that the military, why is it that they are not interested in going deep into the, do you think they are afraid?
Our observation is that I think so far the military, went into the job of military because of securing jobs. They are not committed military personnel that went to protect the integrity and security of this country. So therefore, their act of recruitment has to change. And then their mode of training has to change. If at all they discover that somebody is not interested in integrity, protecting the integrity of the country, I think he ought not to remain in the military. So, such is the analysis of most of the people.
Senator, can you please adjust your camera so that your screen so that we see your face very well? You're cut off a little bit. Sorry about that. Okay, that's a little bit. Okay, that's better.
Okay.
No, it's worse.
Is that
now.
okay?
Okay. No. All right. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that's good. Now let me ask you. So when did this happen, and what do we know why we don't have motivated military officers now operating, especially in the northeast?
There are really a lot of complaints from the field that they are not getting their allowances. Even not quite 2 days. I think one of the military personnel called me. He said, if only I have contacts in the headquarters, please let me help them to get the allowances which they are supposed to get monthly. I told them I don't have that capacity. You know, you have to go to your offices, your officers, and so that you can sort out this. But this is not something that I can indulge in. That's what I told them. And then if such complaints are coming from the field, then I don't think they are motivated enough to do their jobs.
Now, in April of this year, you accused the military of complicity in Boko Haram attacks in your state. And then last month, the governor of Adamawa State, Murtala Nyako, did the same thing in a memo to northern governors. Do you know who is behind this in the military? Could it be that the president is involved the way Nyako alleged?
I could not say that because what I know, the attack that took place in Giwa Barrack, when we sat down and analyzed, I told the military that there might be some complacency from the part of some members of your military. So you need to look inwards to find out what is happening. If not, what had happened actually wouldn't have happened if somebody is not involved internally. So I cannot precisely say the president is involved or not, because the president seems to be a very innocent person, you know, and he also seems to accept whatever being told to him by the security agencies. So he is always accepting. So therefore, I wouldn't know whether he is involved or not. But what baffles we in Borno is that why is it that despite all the killings and the distractions that have taken place in my state, the president could not even utter a word of sympathy to us, you know, not even visiting us, but even to mention about it in the media. I mean, we haven't heard about it at all. So therefore, our people are not really happy that a president of a country, you know, thousands of people are dying, and he cannot even comment on what is happening.
Now,
so I don't know that one can mean complacency or not. I wouldn't say. But he seems to be an innocent person.
Now, let me ask you, because the memo from Nyako seemed to have got everything heated up. Do you think it helped, or that it hurt the cause of people in your part of the country?
It seems, at least since the presidency has called a meeting of all the governors to discuss the issue, although I don't know the real outcome of that discussions, but it means something must happen.
Now,
something must happen.
Now, on Wednesday, the Senate, they had a meeting, and they asked, this is what they said, that they asked the military to engage in a full-scale military action against Boko Haram. People are wondering, what kind of action were they engaging before now?
before now, as I mode of operation are only in the major cities and then on the major roads. They don't go into the bush in pursuit of the Boko Haram, who are getting a field day. And as I'm talking to you, most of the villages in Borno, particularly in my constituency, 90% of villages are no more. And there are a lot of conscription of the youth into the Boko Haram by the Boko Haram members. And then eventually, when the military operation starts, which means all those boys will disappear. So within the next 1-2 years, maybe by the time they finish the operation, I think we may not get a generation that can produce something from the villages. That is, and they are the main farmers who are, producing and giving foodstuff to the larger community. And if such people disappears, then something will go wrong. And that is what we are afraid of. And actually, a whole generation has died even now, because our estimation is over 80 to 100,000 youth have died from the beginning till today.
Now, there are concerns by people in the Northeast about military action, even when they come in, that a lot of innocent people are killed when the military finally get in, when they get into the arena. So what is your take on that? Because at one point we hear complaints that they are not coming in, but when they come in, then we hear that they are killing innocent people. What is your take on that?
That's why I'm advising even other states not to allow the military to go to their territory, because our experience is very, very nasty. Very, very nasty. We protested even at the beginning that the military should not be involved. This is something, which the intelligence can handle. But, the president at that time said, can we guarantee that there will be no killing from Boko Haram? But look at what is happening now. Even when the military are there, the killing hasn't stopped even for a day. If we knew at that time, we could have promised. By now we could have handled the issue properly, and these things we could have put these things behind our back.
Now let me ask you.
But we are that okay, if he pulls out the military, can we protect the people? And in the presence of the military, the people are dying. And so I cannot advise any society to call Nigerian military, particularly I can say Nigerian military. I don't know the type of behavior they have. When they go to places, they behave as if they are madmen. And then when it comes to a serious business, they are running away. What kind of protection are they providing?
So you won't support a renewal? You won't support a renewal of the emergency rule in your state?
No, because whether there is emergency or not is the same. Nobody stops them from doing their business. Nobody stops them from doing whatever they are doing to protect the people, to go in pursuit of the insurgents. But what I will caution them is to drastically minimize the collateral damage, which hitherto was higher, much higher than the insurgents. So ordinary people died maybe 90 to 10. So 90% are ordinary people, 90% are innocent people, only 10% are Boko Haram. Then what type of operation is this? Is this a protection?
Now, Senator, let me ask you, What do you think about this social media campaign, Bring Back Our Girls? Do you think it has helped? And do you think that regular people can do more?
Yes. At least the government is getting serious. You know the reason why they didn't went in pursuit of the girls at the beginning was that anything that was happening in Borno were just treated as if nothing is happening. Until the international community came to know about it, about this particular issue. And then people started protesting, started to come back. So that is where the government became more serious. So all the happenings in Borno before were just treated very shabbily, that nobody can.
Okay, I think we're having difficulty. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Senator.
So therefore, I can't imagine that girls can be abducted in the night, and then they are split into 3, 4, 5 different groups, and still you cannot discover even one group. So it is really is baffling. It is really very, very dangerous for our society.
Now, Senator,
let me tell you, one of the girls that came back.
Yeah.
According to her narration, they were kept under a tree, shielded by their own wrappers, and they were left naked. And one of the girls was just clutching the tree, crying throughout the day. Then in the evening, one of the insurgents came to her, said, "Why is it that you are the only one who is crying, who has been crying from morning till evening, while other people are quiet?" She said, "No, I'm not crying for myself. I am the only child of my parents. And I am thinking the condition of my parents, the type of condition they are in, that I am missing. So I am not crying for myself, but for my parents. Look at a young girl like this, saying, so passionate about her parents." And then the insurgent now said, okay, he took a wrapper and then a blouse for her, and they say, okay, let's go. He told his colleagues that I will go and teach her a lesson. So they went into the bush, and then eventually he said, please, whenever you meet anybody, tell them that you ran away. But I had sympathy for you, and therefore I am showing you the way to go away. So he showed her a direction where she can go, and then that was where she found herself in Dikwa. That is how she came to the hospital. I sent somebody to interview her, and she narrated this story. Look at how pathetic the girls are.
Now, Senator, let me ask you, this is, what do you think ordinary people can do to help? There are people who are pushing now to go into the forest. Do you think it's a good move? Including I heard from that the wife of the president is saying that she might go to the forest herself.
I don't think. Where a military man is running away, somebody who is in power, who likes power, who enjoys power, will say, will go into the bush. It is not possible. She is just saying it. She is just saying it. Because the military themselves are running away. Because fear is instilled into their hearts by just mere mention of the name of Boko Haram. You understand? And then, as time goes on, there is a possibility that they might not find the girls easily, because the Boko Haram are more or less moving into northern Borno as of now. And then this movement will take them to a place where it will be difficult for the military to go in. If the military cannot go into Sambisa and other forests within Borno, if they go into the Shirobi area, you know, in northern Borno, I don't think the military will pursue them into that particular, unless they are going to bomb the whole place, and so they may kill, including the girls and everybody. If not, nobody will go into that forest. This is my own observation.
Now, Senator, we're out of time. Let me ask you one more question. The world is descending on Abuja next week for the World Economics Forum, African edition. Do you think that Abuja will be safe for world leaders coming in and other participants?
I don't know the level of preparedness of our security. You know, if they are sincere, if they are committed, maybe nothing will happen. But I wouldn't say whether it is secured or not, because I'm not a security man. And my concern is Borno mostly. You know, I don't look at what is happening in Abuja. So I'm always in pursuit of getting peace for Borno.
Senator, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, thank you.
I hope in weeks to come we'll get you back to tell us how things are going.
By the grace of God.
Thank you, sir. That was Senator from Borno State, Senator Ahmed Zanna, talking to us about the situation with the girls who are missing and the general insecurity in the country. When we come back, we are going to continue with some of more programs around this topic. And remember, during our Skype calls and the talk back, you have a chance to give us feedback on some of these topics and what you think about them. Stay tuned.